Smoke 'em. Serious music, original cats, enjoy every moment. And I'm your host, MC Black Widow. And I want to discuss the 15 Minutes of Fame interview with Showoff talking about Ahdi Boom. Now, as we all know, Ahdi Boom was exposed by Big K in a battle earlier on this year, saying that he snitched on his co-defendants, which is why he got less time in prison. He's already out now. Uncle Ra already interviewed Ahdi Boom, and it was like, you can tell his answers about where his paperwork wasn't really adding up, and the way he was acting, just no one believed him. So now here comes a couple of weeks ago, ARP basically said that him and Ahdi Boom, well, he's separating himself away from Ahdi Boom. And ARP was one of his biggest supporters. He always talked about Ahdi Boom. He would always say I went to see him when I spoke to him, and he's always looking after him. You know, and now he's separated himself from Ahdi Boom. Then we just got Showoff on the recent interview with 15 Minutes of Fame with Uncle Ra, and he's basically saying that this is the reason why I'm removing myself away from Ahdi Boom, because Showoff is basically saying that me and Boom were good friends. I too stayed in contact with him throughout the years that he was locked up, sent him money, wrote to him and kept his spirits up. But one of the things that he said, that when he asked Ahdi Boom about his charges, he said that Ahdi Boom lied to him because he told him that he was the driver. Now Ahdi Boom said he wasn't the driver. That's first thing. And I think mainly for Showoff was basically saying that all the time that he was writing to Ahdi Boom, talking about different things, Ahdi Boom was going behind Showoff's back and chatting shit about him to other people, and it got back to Showoff. And I'm wondering to myself, did he do the same thing to ARP? Because ARP did keep his name out there, and whenever ARP would sit down or go and either see him, because I've heard ARP say he went to go see him, and again do the same thing, putting money on his books and so on and so forth. And I'm wondering, right, the conversations that ARP had with Boom, I wonder if Boom was chatting shit about ARP to other people, which may be one of the reasons why ARP decided to distance himself. So I'm thinking to myself, all this time that Boom was saying he was innocent, then, right? You lied to the people who supported you the most. And I don't like that. I don't like when people are out there thinking about you. You're locked up. Once you get locked up into prison, your life stops. They're inside there. And if you've got people like ARP and Showoff taking their time out of their day, away from their family, away from their jobs, to come up and see you or write you letters, right, just to keep your spirits up, and you're chatting shit about them, I'll distance myself too. One of the things that Showoff did clear up is that Boom was basically, before he went inside, he was telling people that he wrote for Surf. I thought he was telling the truth on that. Surf cursed him out. Surf called him all types of names. Surf got a message over to him to retract that, and he did, right? But I kind of thought that Surf was just threatening him, but it turns out he was lying. So all this time, you were lying to the people who actually were supporting you. So now you're going to try and say that Big K is lying about you snitching. Now let me tell you something, Ahdi Boom. Not only am I part of the battle rap community, I'm also part of the cell block community, which is a recent, relatively new community where you've got a lot of people coming out from prison and telling you their experiences of being inside, the real prison stories of what it's like in there. Shout out to Nate Dog 918, sorry. Shout out to Nate Dog, right? Because, and please subscribe to his channel, because Nate Dog did a breakdown on one of his channels, right, on his channel, about paperwork and how it works in prison. You know, you go in with your rap sheet, and you know you have to present it when you go in, and that paperwork you keep with you. So from what I understand is that when you go in and you're trying to settle yourself into the system now, people want to know who you are, and eventually someone's going to ask you for your paperwork. And when Nate Dogg broke it down, he said that paperwork is color coded. It's color coded, so you know each paper is a different means, has different information on it, but it's color coded. So when people ask you for your paperwork, they want to see something about you, because from what I understand in prison, there's 3 people that they don't like in there, which becomes a problem. They don't like chomos, child molesters, they don't like rapists, and they don't like snitches. So when they ask for your paperwork, and they're going to pull certain paperwork out to see what your charges are and your time. And a lot of these guys who've been there for a long time know exactly what to look for. And if they think that you're a snitch, that means they can't trust you. If the word gets out that you're a snitch, they're going to come for you. Right? They will come for you. They will mark you. They will come for you and they will mark you. So that when everybody sees that mark on you, they know you're a snitch. And it always comes for the face. Right? So, Ahdi Boom, you turn around and say, I did my time in prison, nobody bothered me. The reason why nobody bothered you is because you did your time in PC, protective custody. You spent your time, your 5 years with, excuse me, you spent your time with gang dropouts, child molesters, rapists, and other snitches. That's what you did. It hurts me to know that people took time out of their life to look out for you, and you did that to Showoff. I can see that Showoff was very hurt and very upset, because when he came on the show, Uncle Ra asked him when was the last time you spoke to Ahdi Boom, and he said a couple of hours ago, before we did this interview. You understand? Because he was letting him know, I'm going to talk about this, and I'm letting you know me and you were done. You understand? So I'm really kind of upset, because I'm upset about this, because if Ahdi Boom was a real stand-up dude, and even if he snitched and told what happened, you mean to say you couldn't have told Showoff? You couldn't have told ARP? And even if they decided to step away from you, you should understand that. You should understand that, because Showoff has been to prison before and he knows how it goes in there. You know, we don't need no Ahdi Booms in battle rap, because you can't be trusted.